We've also seen Paddy Naish as well, the number 6 for Richmond, doing some nice things out in the field.
Yeah, and Samson Ryan there in the ruck. So he was picked 40 in last year's draft, a Brisbane Lions Academy player. There's a few Brisbane Lions Academy players on this Richmond list.
The Tigers have pinched them a fair few, haven't they?
So
Noah Cumberland's another one.
Yeah, they got a few of them down here at Richmond. Cumberland, of course, not playing today. Did his ACL last year, but close to returning to the main group at training, so he's going well in his recovery.
A nice handball came out there. Egmalesi Smith, very familiar player with the Tigers. Coleman Jones up towards half-forward line. Here's Rioli. Explodes away. Nice bit of play and finds Paddy Naish directly in front. That's Morris Rioli Jr. with that nice little right foot ball inside 50, and Naish pushed forward and takes the mark.
Yeah, Naish will be very keen to crack that ones team this year. He's played 3 games in 3 years. Hasn't actually won any of those games either, so he'll be very keen to...
How does that work in recent years with Richmond?
Yeah, unlucky charm so far, but he'll look to put this one through, and he does. And then, of course, have a big season. So we mentioned he was a father-son player, a pick. Chris Naish, his father, 143 games for the Tigers, 18 games for Port Adelaide. And Paddy, we've seen today so far, is a really good ball user, and he's got a lot of speed, so a lot of AFL attributes that hopefully he can put together and get some consistent form.
So Naish with his first major of the day. All the officiating umpiring duties being done by Richmond assistant Adam Kingsley, and Mark Choco Williams out there. Samson Ryan with the big double fist in the ruck. That's a free kick against Jordan Gallucci. That's Aaron Nitschke out there. That's a really good story to see him there. Bowie streaming off half back. And a free kick is going to be going against here.
Yeah, so you mentioned Aaron Nitschke, of course, drafted in 2018, pick 53, and since then hasn't had a run at all. This is his first actual game of footy for the club. So
it's incredible.
ACL in his first pre-season, returns 12 months later and does it once again. So 2 ACLs in 2 years. He was delisted and picked up as a rookie for this season, and he's fit and he's playing and looking to run along the wing and off half back. So hopefully Aaron can have a little bit of luck, the South Australian, and just, I guess, see what he's capable of at AFL level. He doesn't actually know how he's going to go at the level, but it's a good story that he's finally back fit and playing some games.
So the free kick there went to Andrew Courtney of the D's. His kick just fell short. Pickett now streaming off half-back with Egmalesi Smith. Spearing ball in the middle. He's a beautiful ball user by foot, and we can see his pace as well has been excellent. Garthwaite leads further afield. Now doubles back. He's got 1 to beat here. Big one-on-one. Got hands to the ball, but Nitschke able to feed it back. Freeman was brought down and gives the Tigers a look inside 50 here. Coleman Jones first to the ball. Courtney there for the D's. Gallucci with the crumb. Naish again explodes away. He was sort of caught in 2 minds about whether to pass or shoot for goal. In the end, probably the result sort of proved that. Big tackle inside 50, keeping an opportunity here for the Tigers, who lead this one by 9 points. Lockhart, a little ginger, slow to get up. Upgraded to the senior list last year, late last year, Ben, which is a good opportunity for him.
Yeah, so Lockhart's another one that benefited from this pre-season supplemental selection period. So he was a rookie. He played 15 days after being recruited onto the list. A great story. Another one from the Casey Demons. So he's actually initially from Tasmania, moved over to get a crack at a VFL team, and it paid dividends. I think he came second in the best and fairest in his first year at Casey, and was, of course, picked up as a rookie just prior to round 1. So a good story, and he's got a lot of good footy in him. A good small defender.
That was Courtney who took that mark. And Bailey Laurie goes in short, the second round, the first round draftee from last year.
It was a long first round.
Yeah, it was a long first round.
It was a long night, draft night.
Egbalesi Smith, too slow to get rid of that footy. Yeah, and has been caught holding the ball.
Great run down from Fraser Rosman. We touched on his running ability. He's an elite athlete, a big left foot kick of the ball. And we expect him to settle in really nicely at AFL level. Pick 34 in that same draft.
It was Farmer who had the kick-in board there for the D's, but it's been turned over. Garthwaite with the sit there, able to take the mark. He's 60, 70 metres out from goal. High kick. Coleman Jones at the fall of the ball. Petty came across for the D's. And they try and work it out via hand. Samson Ryan in front, though, able to take the mark. Richmond recruit, pick 40 from last year's draft, 206 centimetres.
He's a big boy, Samson Ryan. They added another big boy over the off-season. That is a basketballer who isn't here just yet. He's still playing over in Hawaii, I believe. But, yeah, so Matei Kalina is his name. He's going to be an interesting prospect. He's obviously going to be a work in progress, but it'll be good to get him over and see what he's capable of with the footy in hand.
Coleman Jones got it down. Kick comes out there. That's a superb little piece of play. I reckon that may have been, in the end, the handball originally came out from Josh Green. And then the goal has been kicked out of the pack to give Richmond a 15-point lead here, 4-4-28 to Melbourne, 2-1-13. Harrison Petty comes off for a rest.
If any Melbourne fans are still watching, they can go to the Demon Shop online now. Use the code MFC Live and get 15% off. That runs until the final siren here today, so still a good hour or so left in that deal. So you can even head in store. The Demon Shop is now back open. MFC Live, 15% off.
The ball back in the middle. Again, Samson Ryan will be up there and he's leaping high and able to tap the ball down. Laurie streamed through, but Thompson Dow able to win it back. The Tigers move the ball forward. Nice little step inside. Coleman Jones on a searching lead. The Tigers players enjoyed that piece of play. Coleman Jones on the searching lead.
So Coleman Jones, he had a little setback earlier in the pre-season, a bit of a leg injury, but back fit now. Got a little run late in the last quarter of that first match. Now he's settling up forward and a chance to kick a goal for the Tigers and extend this lead.
South Australian directly in front. Kicks the goal. Nice finish from Callum Coleman Jones. Richmond 5-4-34. Melbourne 2-1-13. As Richmond Chief Executive Brendan Gale nicely put it before, we had an indiscretion last year with Sydney Stack and on the Gold Coast, but he's been able to bounce back from that, and he's looking really athletic and strong. He was South Australia's captain at the under-18 championships a few years ago, so he's got leadership capabilities as well. And so I think he was quite disappointed with how last year played out up in the Gold Coast for him, but that's a nice little confidence booster.
Just got eyes on Aaron Nitschke down there on the boundary line, getting looked at by the Melbourne physios. Hopefully nothing too much to report there. Fingers crossed for Aaron Nitschke.
So that's Bowie, the number 17 with the red hair from Melbourne, streaming off half-back. He was drafted as a 4, but as Alan Richardson told us, has been training as a defender during the off-season.
Yeah, I think the club will be keen to use his ball use off half-back.
Yep.
They've got some options there. Obviously, Salem's plays that role. Trent Rivers will be looking to cement his spot, but yeah, Bowie certainly would be next in line. Probably wouldn't expect him to play round 1, but early in the season, he'd certainly be up to playing at AFL level.
Farmer. Deep inside 50. Just a sort of a kick in hope in the end. So Richmond 5-4-34 leading the D's 2-1-13. 10 minutes gone in the second quarter. We toss back in. It's a high free kick there against Lewis. Coleman Jones. Looking at all that, back to Ben Miller. The Tigers streaming away off half-back here, looking for Biggie Newon. One-on-one there with Austin Bradkey. Bradkey sees it over the line. I think it was this time last year when we looked at North Melbourne practice game, and Austin Bradkey had a really good run in the ruck that day. He's the typical example of a player that, like, it just wouldn't have benefited at all from. He really would need another year of development to work on his skills at VFL level, but didn't have that opportunity last year.
Yeah, his first year back in 2019 as an 18-year-old, I think he probably exceeded expectations in the VFL. He was raw to the game, coming across from basketball as a Category B rookie. He's 204 centimetres, so he's certainly hard to stop in the air. But as you said, last year he was up in the hub and just playing those practice matches probably didn't help his development as much as the club would have liked, but he's certainly one to watch in the future. He's got some talent running in his family. His mum, Nicole, was a professional tennis player, and his dad, Mark, of course, a champion basketballer. So hopefully Austin Bradkey, learning from Max Gawn at training, and Greg Stafford, a great ruck coach as well, can improve out of sight in 2021.
So that was a really nice little bit of play there from Jordan Gallucci, just with the sidestep inboard, and was able to drill the ball inside 50. Laurie takes the mark as well. We're seeing Bowie just before again, looking good off half-back. Here's Mitch Brown.
He'll be keen to get involved today, Mitch Brown. With a couple of injuries to the D's big forwards, he would be seeing a big opportunity to try to get a spot come round 1. He finished the year really strongly. He was in the senior side for the D's in his first season, and actually got 2 Brownlow votes in his last game against his former side, the Bombers. 20 disposals. He was everywhere. They call him the Duck.
Yes.
Just because the lead up like Wayne Carey. So yeah, big praise for Mitch Brown, and yeah, hopefully can get an opportunity, because he can certainly kick a goal.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
So Garthwaite with the footy now for Richmond. Launches it high. And Petty and Brown almost fight over it, but luckily both were going up for the mark and not the spoil. That would have been a bit of a calamity. But now, has Mark Williams paid a 50 for the player not standing still on the mark?
Choco, I think he'd be aware that this game's being live streamed and just trying to get a bit of airtime. So, yeah, getting involved in the game there, Mark Williams. A good pickup for the D's as development coach. Matt Egan has departed over the off-season. He was a very highly respected development coach, so a tough man to replace. But yeah, Choco's got a lot of knowledge that he can depart, not only on the young kids, but across the whole team. He's been great with the skills for the boys, and implementing his own drills at training.
So this is Josh Green with the footy now, the number 48. He's the brother of Tom Green, who's at the Giants. He's one of the train-on players for Richmond. Gallucci sends it in the Naish direction. Needs a kind bounce. He's got some company, though. Patrick Naish. He likes the ball on the run, but Bowie again looking very composed across halfback. Some good signs. Oh, nice fella there from Rioli. Good forward pressure. Laurie set a task. Rioli coming from the side. Now Freeman working it away. And Mitch Lewis able to take the mark and deep in the back pocket. Short to Freeman.
A few Casey Demons boys linking up here Freeman's a good player. He plays across half-back for Casey, intercept defender, pretty good size. So yeah, he'd be enjoying another opportunity to play against some AFL talent.
Egmalesi Smith spoils Farmer, but up to the task, and the D's now linking up via hand along the wing. High kick inside 50, and it's a strong mark from Austin Bradke. It's a good sign for D's fans. Leaping up high and grabbing it cleanly in the two Dukes. He's got the journey here, Benny G.
Right on his range, you'd think, but yeah, D's need one, a bit of a settler, the 2-1-13 to 5-4-34. Halfway through the second term, so we've got about 45 minutes left of footy here today. It's been a big day so far, but a good one, seeing plenty of talent on display.
So Bradke will kick from just outside 50. Got onto it. Good looking kick as it got the journey. It'll just fall short in the end and through for a minor. That very nice looking set shot technique and connection. Pickett with the kick out to Egmalesi Smith.
So if you're just joining us, we saw a pretty full strength Richmond side today. They were missing Dion Prestia with a bit of a hamstring. Rioli had a bit of a foot issue. Basher Hooley didn't play as well. We know Soldo out with that ACL, but the majority of the boys were out on the field, so that was good to see. The D's had a few injuries. Jake Melksham missing with a hamstring. He's about 2 weeks away. Sam Wiedemann, Ben Brown, they won't take any part in the first few weeks of the season. Michael Hibbard, bit of ankle soreness. Hibbard actually had a baby summer, him and his wife Anthea, last week, so congratulations to those two. Joel Smith, another one that missed today as well, but most of the boys have had a run, and see Petty here take a strong mark. Alan Richardson had some good words to say about him.
Again, we talk about Callum Coleman-Jones from South Australia. Harrison Petty, I think, was from the same draft as well. He, very impressive intercept defender in the under 18s, and we've seen bits and pieces of him at AFL level. He played forward and had a bit of an opportunity there.
So his debut, he probably won't mind me saying, was probably one of the debuts to forget. I think Demons fans probably noticed he was a little bit shaky against the Saints in his first game, but he came back really strong the next year. He was thrown in the deep end at that point, and yeah, he played forward a few important games for the club, kicked a few goals against the Dogs at Marvel Stadium, and yeah, he's capable of playing at either end of the field. Missed all of last year with groin injuries, so just kept getting him down. But he's had a pretty good pre-season. He was sick over Christmas and probably missed the first week of the pre-season, but in terms of his body, he's in good shape, and yeah, he's a super competitor. So got a good head on his shoulders as well, very composed.
Yeah. Here's Naish. Thinking about switching it to Biggie Nuon, but instead we'll go high inside 50. Samson Ryan was the target. Couldn't quite get boot to ball, and a quick left foot kick. Garthwaite tracking it back, but that's gone out of bounds on the full. That's really unfortunate because it didn't hit the netting. It's gone all the way over the top. Now the D's official has to go home and go get it.
Jake Treacy does a lot of that, picking up the balls. Property steward for the Demons. Actually a very good kick of the footy.
Right.
Returns the balls.
You need to be if you're a property steward.
You do need to be, so everyone needs to be, because up in the hub there was a very limited staff, and pre-game up at the Gabba they don't have nets behind the goals.
Oh,
so
right.
A couple of people sit in the crowd and throw you the balls back, and you got to put down the camera and kick the balls back to the players.
Yeah. Kick inside 50 from the D's. That was another 50-metre penalty paid by Mark Williams. He might be right on top of the standing still rule. This Egmalesi Smith again. He has looked a class above every time he's got the ball across half back. And I know Richmond fans were questioning why he wasn't kept on and why he was there at the end of the last year. He's still got that opportunity. As we heard from Neil Baum, they're certainly no closer to deciding what they're going to do with that other open list spot. The first one by Mansell has been spotted up, but there's another 4 players competing for that one list spot, and they're not sure whether that's going to be done by March 9 or whether they're going to be taking that to the mid-season draft.
Yeah, but as you say, Melissa Smith will be pretty keen to put on a good show today. He's pretty familiar in these colours. I think fans probably want to see him just going a little harder today than he has at times, but he's certainly got all the talent in the world.
He's Josh Green. Garthwaite will fly from the side. Petty was there as well. Now a clean to be taken. Rioli. Our first real good look at Morris Rioli Jr. snapping around the body. And that's an exciting sign for Tigers fans. Morris Rioli Jr. with the first of his afternoon, and Richmond going to 6-4-40. Melbourne 2-2-14.
Yeah, that was clean by Rioli. He knows where the goals are. Boot to ball nice and quick and sticks it through. He's had a good pre-season, obviously settling into the AFL lifestyle, but he's showing a lot of good signs. He's a real attacker at the footy and lays some strong tackles. Probably needs to work on staying in games for a little bit longer, but as a young small forward, that's always gonna come. So yeah, going to be an exciting one to watch, that's for sure.
His late father, Morris Sr., 2-time best and fairest winner at Richmond. Norm Smith medalist 1982, VFL Grand Final as well, and a star for South Fremantle in the waffle as well. Free kick out of the middle, and that's been plucked. Nicely plucked as well. That's Josh Green who's taken it. Boy from Marist. And the ACT. Was a member of the Giants Academy. His brother Tom, obviously taken with pick 10 a couple of years ago. Green comes in and kicks the goal.
One-way traffic at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
Tell you what, if he's anything like his brother, he's going to be able to play. Tom Green.
So Matt Rowell is the overwhelming favourite for the Rising Star Award this season. Tom Green probably second at the moment, I have to say at this stage. But yeah, Josh Green again fighting for that SSP spot. So a good opportunity for him and Egmaless Smith to impress.
Tell you what,
Galucci.
No pressure on Matt Rowell this year.
Yeah.
Everyone's just locked him in for the Rising Star, possibly the Brownlow.
He's very, gamble responsibly obviously, but he's very, very short odds at the moment. Matthew Rowell. Kick comes forward. Bowie's leading the race here for the D's, playing across half back. Really liked his game so far. That's good composure and a beautiful execution.
Very clean.
They really like that. I reckon there's a few D's players that are hanging around. They really like that piece of play from Bowie.
Bowie's one of these Melbourne players that's still available for a player sponsorship, so you can head to melbourneexperiences.com.au to get on board and support some of these young kids. Bowie's one that I'd be throwing some money behind because you could really follow his career. It's going to be a bright one. His father actually played some senior football for St Kilda, Brett Bowie, back in the late 80s, early 90s. So, yeah, football runs in his veins.
Tigers moving the ball through the middle. They lead by 32 points. There is Bowie. Nice little kick. He's got speed, doesn't he? Chases his own ball. Couldn't quite pick it up with the one Duke.
He's only 175 centimetres, so he's a small man, but he doesn't look that small the way he plays.
No.
He can jump. He's not afraid to go in and win a hard ball. So, yeah, that height is deceiving, really.
Courtney in the ruck for the D's. Josh Green looming as well. He's towards the bottom of that pack. Adam Kingsley says, my ball. Very, very highly rated assistant coach, Adam Kingsley. Always talked about, certainly in the last couple of years, and there's potential at a coach that might feature in senior selection down the track. Big fist away there as Bradkey and Mitch Brown went up in the ruck. You're right about Mitch Brown. It's a big opportunity with Brown and Wiedemann is facing some, certain amount of time on the sidelines. Huge opportunity for him to cement his spot on the side. This Melbourne 22.
Yeah, he's an experienced player. He's obviously played for Geelong, played for Essendon, played a few games for the D's last year, and yeah, he's just got I guess, get some consistency in his game. He hasn't had the opportunity to really settle for a long period of time as he fights for that one.
So it's Kobe Farmer, the number 36 there for the D's. You've been watching a bit of him at training in recent stages, the train-on player?
Yeah, he's wearing Keziah Pickett's Guernsey there, so they're good mates, those two. But Kobe, I think he's growing in confidence. He rocked up the other week with a big diamond earring.
Wowee.
Yeah, it was it was dangling as well. So, no, he's a good personality. He's certainly settled into the group quite well, and I think the boys would like to have him around for many years to come. And if he's anything like his father, well, it's going to be exciting to watch.
Seems any time you guys post anything on social about Jeff Farmer, just the nostalgia runs deep there.
It goes all right, doesn't it?
You've seen Nuon on the other side of the ground. His ball movement was really impressive there. It's a long, thumping kick towards goal. The Tigers have another 8-4, 52 the Tigers. Melbourne 2-2, 14. Just over 4 minutes to play now, but it's really starting to open up for Richmond when they get on the wings. They got plenty of speed on the outside. Yeah,
it is. There's a lot of space on this ground. They're moving the ball better than the Demons at the moment, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
It's great to have you with us wherever you're watching the stream of Game B, Quarter 2. Well, this is the 6th quarter of 7. So it was an early start for a lot of, certainly people in the Richmond camp.
Making the hike out to Casey.
Yeah, the southeast.
What do you make of 9:30 a.m. footy?
Great for if you're sort of at work and want the cheeky stream happening at the time. It works out really well. Nuon, the hand pass out, and Tigers clear towards the wing. Green's really made it earn that marking attempt. Rioli, gee, that was clean. Nice work. Naish. Long right foot kick from Paddy Naish. Petty though in the hole for the D's. Got the hand pass over the top. Oh, Rioli was
big hit.
Very hard with that hit there. I wonder if that may have been paid in a regular game. That free kick against, but forthcoming there. Mark Williams keeping his eye on proceedings. Naish again with a handball. Malesi Smith. Keeps on paddling it forward, but the D's able to win the turnover here, and they stream along the wing. Miller there for the Tigers. Able to intercept, got it to Naish, got it to Gallucci.
You see Richmond's pressure there. Although this isn't their A team, it's gone through the whole club that they play the same brand of footy, and they really shut Melbourne down. And it looked like Toby Bedford was about to get out there on the far wing, but yeah, that pressure just came, and the ball was able to be rebounded from half back.
Johnson, number 14 for the D's, looking for Courtney. The big man wants a good bounce. He doesn't get it. So a lot of these players will be featuring in the new look VFL competition, featuring teams from outside of Victoria as well. The Swans, Giants, Lions and the Suns for the AFL reserves team, but teams like Aspley as well and Southport. Very strong Queensland-based clubs will be also featuring as well, and recruited very, very well. Southport in particular have recruited very well, picking up a lot of ex-Suns players, so they'll be a team to watch.
It'll be a highly competitive competition.
I think so too, yeah. So there's over 20 teams in the competition. The fixture for that will come out, should be out pretty soon. The sort of AFL was sort of indicating that it would be out later in February.
Kobe Farmer was caught high, so he has a chance to kick his first goal in Melbourne colours. He'll be kicking from 40 out. He likes it. First goal for Kobe Farmer. Nice skills there from the young man.
Of course, his dad, you mentioned beforehand, 483 goals across his career with the D's and Dockers. Spent the back half of his career with the Dockers. That 2000 season, the famous 2000 season, I think 78, 79 goals that season when he was at his best. Electric.
Yeah, I was 3 in 2000, so unfortunately I remember him as a Fremantle player, but
right.
No, he could certainly kick some goals. I've seen some vision of him tearing teams apart, and that's, well, it's not really half-time, it's the end of the second term.
2/3 time? Mark Williams didn't even wait for the siren. He just blew the whistle, so that's it. We're not even waiting for the siren.
Don't keep me out here any longer than I need to. That's what Choco says. It's the Tigers by 32 points. There's 1/3 remaining here at Casey Fields.